Hi guys, welcome back to my channel to another new video. This probably will be my last video before I go to Stockholm for Melodifestivalen on Wednesday. And what will probably happen is that in that week that I'm away in Sweden, there'll probably be loads of stuff going on, loads of entries coming out. The UK entry will probably come out when I'm there as well, so I'll just have to catch up with videos when I get back. But I did promise I would make this video about Melfest, kind of like a ranking video, but not really like a proper ranking. I'm just gonna talk about my favourites in Melfest this year, and luckily there are a lot of songs I'm really enjoying in Melfest. Luckily, because I'm going, I want to enjoy them, and yeah, I really like a lot of them. It's looking like a really good final lineup. So rather than do it like a ranking, like in order, I'm just going to talk about my favourites in general. I do have like one main favourite now, like a new favourite, and I think it is the general fan favourite, a lot of people's winner, people would agree with my winner, and we can talk about that and the chances it might have of winning at the end of the video. So we could do like a little prediction as well, maybe, but I'm just talking about my personal favourites that are in the final, and I can maybe start off with giving a shout out to a song that didn't get to the final. So I know I can be a bit critical of Sweden in Eurovision over the years about how they do the same thing and they get rewarded for it, overrated, stuff like that. I have spoken about that, but I do enjoy Sweden in Eurovision, and I am enjoying Melodifestivalen more now. I've started watching it more over the past few years. This year I followed the whole thing, every semi-final, partly because I'm going to the final. I thought I'd make the effort to, follow it closely. But yeah, like I said at the start, I really like how this final is shaping up. It's quite diverse, actually, which is good. There's always something I enjoy every year in Melfest. Last year, my winner, well, my favourite was J. Smith, Back to My Roots. And I know everyone who knows me well in the Twitter fandom, they know how much I love that song. I'm addicted to that song. And he was in the final last year, only just, I think he only just made it to the final from like a wild card round. But I still really love that song even now. And I always like it when Melfest have a bit of country and rock. They usually do have something like that, but they never pick it to win. But yeah, I'm always kind of drawn towards that. I think they do need more rock, like Smash Into Pieces. I love them as well. I would like more of that. But they have got quite a few country songs which I like, and that does lead me quite nicely actually onto the first song I want to mention that didn't actually make it to the final, and that is Tennessee Tears, the country duo. And they've done Melfest before, about 2 years ago, I think, and I liked this song before as well, and I like this one too. Um, but they've never made it to the final, I don't think. But yeah, I like both of their Melfest entries, and it is the kind of thing that I just seem to naturally like it, this country sound, maybe one day Sweden will sing something like that, or maybe not, because we know how much they love their pop music. So yeah, I just wanted to give a little shout out to something that didn't make it to the final. Luckily, all my other favourites have made it to the final on Saturday. And again, that leads me quite nicely to the next part I want to talk about, which is the second chance round. So if you don't really watch Melfest or know that much about it, I'm starting to learn more about it myself. and there is a second chance, like wildcard round. So from every semi-final, and I think there's 5 semi-finals, there are 2 that go through straight to the final. And there's always a winner of that semi-final, so you always know who won each semi-final. So Mong Zemelov was, of course, the winner of his semi-final. And there's 2 that go through directly to the final. But there's also the 3rd place. Whoever comes 3rd in this semi-final will be put into the second chance round, which happened last night. And then there's 2 from that round. There's like another vote that they have that make it to the final. And luckily, the 2 that have gone from that second chance round into the final are 2 of my favourites that I was really hoping they would get through. And that's Myra Omar and Dolly Style. And they are 2 of my favourites overall in Melfest this year. So I'm really happy they both made it. I was hoping they would. I can't wait to see them both live on Saturday night. So Hush Hush by Myra, or maybe Mira actually, I think it's Myra, was performed in the first semi-final, and right from the start that's been one of my favourites of this whole competition this year. I really love that song. I've listened to it a lot. It's so refreshing to have that kind of sound in Melfest. I don't think it will win, to be honest, but the song has actually been doing very well in Sweden in the charts on Spotify. It was like #1 at one point, I think, and it has kind of like gone viral on TikTok a little bit. So it is very popular, and I'm really glad it's in the final now. I'm not expecting it to win, but I'm just really glad that she made it to the final, and she has been one of my favourites throughout the whole thing. So I would say she probably was actually my #1 until Kai came along, and now she's still one of my favourites. But yeah, it's such a cool song. I really like the flavour and the style of it. I really like it. And then the other one is Dolly Style. I know that they have done Melfest before, maybe even more than once actually. I don't know if they've ever made the final before, but they are kind of well known, I think. And I really like this one as well. It is another one of my favourites. Yeehaw! It's so much fun. I love this whole cowgirl, country, line dance theme. I mean, is it a guilty pleasure? Maybe, or maybe not, actually. It's just so much fun. I love it. And again, I don't think it will win Melfest, but it's so good to have it here in the final. So now I can talk about which ones I like from the automatic or direct finalists that directly got to the final from this semi-final. The first one I like is Clara, and she performed in the first semi-final, I think, or maybe second. And I know that she's definitely done Melfest quite a few times before. She's very well known. I don't think I've ever really paid that much attention to her songs. I know she did Run to the Hills. I can't remember her other ones, but I've never really been a big fan of her stuff as much as other people maybe. But this song, On and On and On, I really like this. This could be my favourite of hers, actually. It's really good. It's really grown on me a lot as well. You know, like after it came out over the past few weeks, it's really grown on me. And I wonder actually, in another year, if Mongs wasn't taking part, if it was another year, maybe she could win and she would have a chance, more of a chance to win it. But this year, when you've got Mong Zemelov and Kai, who are big favourites, she could hopefully do well, but probably not win. But I really do like this song from hers. From what I've heard from her, which is not that much, maybe to me this is her better attempt. Another song I liked at the beginning, maybe not quite as much now that we know all of them, but I still like it, It's Eric with Show Me What Love Is. It's probably slipped under the radar a little bit now, especially now that we've got all of the finalists. I think the reason why I like it is probably because it reminds me a little bit of Jay Smith from last year. That's probably why, to be honest, it's got that like anthemic kind of feeling. So it might have grown off me a little bit as more songs were performed and more songs came out. But yeah, I still like it and I can enjoy it in the final. Why not? So now, finally, we have to talk about the song that everyone is talking about, the one that I would like to win Melfest, and the song I think a lot of people would like to win Melfest, and that is the group Kai with Bara Bada Bastu. This is the one, like the one that has gone viral everywhere. It's taken over TikTok. It's actually got the most YouTube views on the Melfest YouTube channel. So it's the big favourite really. Probably the televote favourite. Likely to be the televote winner in Melfest. I'd love for it to be the overall winner and go to Eurovision, but like in Eurovision, you've got juries and Melfest as well. You know, you've got Mong Zemelov. We're gonna love him. So yeah, I don't want to be too delusional, but the momentum, it really is there. I think part of the reason why it's so appealing is because it feels very different and refreshing from Melfest. Sweden, you know, they're known for playing it safe, which is what they're good at, I guess. You know, they get good results from that. But they are known for, yeah, keeping it the same, polished. But this is different. This is, you know, it's more fun from them. And I know they're from Finland, but last year they sang Norwegian, so there's no harm in singing Finnish this year. It's so catchy and just really joyful and fun, and it would be great for Eurovision. So yeah, you know, it's so popular, like it's everywhere. And to be honest, so I haven't mentioned Revolution by Mongs in my personal list because there are a lot of songs I like this year, and Revolution by Mongs, if I'm being completely honest, like it's just quite boring to me. Like, you know, if it was just about the staging, then yeah, the staging is brilliant. But it's not just about that, you know, it's about the song as well. And compared to the others that I've mentioned, I find Revolution just kind of boring. So the fact that that is probably what will win Melfest in the end this year, it's just a bit disappointing to me. It's like, you know, all these really cool, different, fun songs, and then Mongs will probably win. It's just yeah, it's just a bit underwhelming for me, a bit anticlimactic really. Um, but I will say though, honestly, nobody is really talking about Mongs right now. It's all about this group Kai. You know, they really are the favourites. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's possible that they can beat Mongs and actually win Melfest? Or do you think the juries will just stop that from happening? I mean, yeah, it probably will, but I would love for it to be possible for them to win. Imagine if they win by like 1 point. That would be so intense. Yeah. So I did a reaction video to the live performance of Revolution, and I did try and be positive in that. And now I'm thinking, actually, no, you know what? I'm not going to pretend. I'm just going to, you know, I've got my favourites, and yes, it's Mong Zemelov, you know, huge star, brilliant staging, but it's just not one of my favourites in this final lineup. That's just how it is. But I mean, I assume he is the one to beat still, but can he be beaten? I would love for Kai to win and represent Sweden, but maybe I should prepare myself for that not to happen. It could be close though, you never know. It could be intense. Well, I'm going to be there in the arena in Stockholm, so I'm going to film my live reaction in the arena to the results. So that'll be fun. That could be interesting. So yeah, if I had to pick one favourite now, it would be Bara Bada Bastu along with Hush Hush and like, Dolly Style, Clara. Yeah, those are a nice group of favourites, but I think the momentum from a lot of people is behind Kai. So I would love for that to win Melfest. That would be so much fun. There is one song I haven't mentioned, and that is the one by Scarlett. And I know they've done Melfest before. I didn't really like the last entry. I think I prefer this song to that one. Um, it's still quite new. It only came out like a few days ago, and it was performed in the semi-final last night. Um, and they did get to the final, which is no surprise. Yeah, I don't mind this. I like it, but it's still, it's like it's missing something for me. I like the fact it's got a kind of like a rock sound, which is something we are missing. We are lacking with that this year. I would like more rock, hopefully next year. But I kind of want them to go further with the rock sound. But yeah, I do like it though, I'm glad it's in the final. I could put it up there in my group of favourites eventually. Okay, well, I think I'll leave it there. That is my personal group of favourites from Melfest this year. A little bit of a messy video, probably. There wasn't really like a structure to it, wasn't a proper ranking, so it might have been a little bit all over the place, but I hope you enjoyed either way. And if you're watching or following Melfest this year, then feel free to let me know who your favourites are and who you think will win. If it's not Mongs, do you think that Kai, the televote favourite, could actually win, the people's favourite, or do you think Mongs will win and represent Sweden again? Probably, very likely. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Melfest. And like I said, I will be there, so I haven't really got time between now and then, between now and Wednesday, to make any reaction videos really. So I'm going to be missing out on a few new songs while I'm there, I think. But I will make more videos to those songs anyway when I get back, like properly react to them. And there will be some kind of vlog, hopefully, that I'll make in Stockholm. Or if not like a proper vlog, at least a video talking about my trip when I get back. Something like that. Okay, well, there we go. As always, thank you, or tack, for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.